I am Debra Cleaver, and I now use crutches. So there are two things I really love in the world. I really love technology, and I really love democracy. And I especially love using technology to reduce barriers to voting so that more people can participate in democracy, which is why I have so much fun running Long Distance Voter, which is a nonprofit tech startup that builds technology that makes it easy for people to vote absentee. So Long Distance Voter grew out of a chart almost exactly like this, but prepared in 2008, which showed that every year, literally tens of millions of registered voters weren't actually casting ballots, which just didn't make a lot of sense to me. I didn't understand why people would go to the trouble of registering to vote and then not actually do so. So I'm an optimist. I assume that everyone wants to vote, and there just must have been something that was standing in their way and making it hard for them. So I gathered a small team of friends, and I literally asked them if they could think of a group of voters that were motivated to vote, that had some sort of roadblock that we could clear using technology. And it was actually a friend of mine who suggested that we build a website for absentee voters. He had voted absentee in college, and he had found the entire process very confusing. And at the time, and this seems crazy now, it was 2008, there was nothing on the internet about how to vote absentee. Like, the internet was just silent on this. So we did some research, and we found that my friend John was correct. Voting absentee is actually a pretty intensive process. First, you have to register to vote. Then you have to sign up to vote absentee, which involves figuring out which form you're going to use. There are 50 of them. Finding a printer that works, printing it out, filling it out, finding a stamp, finding an envelope, figuring out which one of 6,000 local election official mailing addresses you're going to send it to, putting it all together, sending it in by the deadline so that you get your absentee ballot, so that you can return it in time for Election Day. So clearly, anyone who's going to go through all that, pretty motivated to vote. So again, there were 5 of us. We had $5,000. We had our first 500,000 visitors within 6 months. And we realized that we were actually onto something, that people were going to come to the internet, come to our website, learn how to vote absentee. It would be great. Now, fast forward to 2014, we've been at this for 6 years, and we're having like a tremendous run. We hit our 3.5 million visitor. We raised money to build an application that does everything except for printing and mailing the form for you. We built a partner portal. We signed 20 major partnerships, including with Rock the Vote and Headcount. May have already said this, we hit our 3.5 millionth visitor. We did this major project with Google, which was seen 50 million times. And by the end of 2014, we had realized, we added everything up, that we had helped almost 600,000 people sign up for their absentee ballots over 6 years. So we were like, 2014 is amazing, best year ever for democracy. Except that we were completely wrong. 2014 was actually the worst year for democracy. We had the lowest voter turnout in 72 years. Only 36% of voters cast ballots. And I'd say we're collectively as a nation pretty sad about this. Except long-distance voters were relentlessly cheerful. So we actually did some research and found that a full 25% of people who cast ballots in 2014 voted by absentee ballot, and another 16% voted early. So basically, everyone who voted before Election Day. And we also found a study run by the Pew Research Center stated that 70% of the people who didn't vote because they simply didn't have time to get to the polls, which is a problem that you can solve entirely by signing everyone up to vote by absentee ballot, which happens to be what we do. So we decided that we were going to build an application that lets you sign up for your absentee ballot using your smartphone. No printing, no mailing, use your phone, it's done. So we called DocuSign, because we're not crazy, and we realized we needed tech partners, and we said, hey, will you partner with us so that we can use your technology so that people can sign their absentee ballot applications just using by taking a picture on their smartphone? And they were an enthusiastic yes. And then we called a company called lob.com, and we said, hey, will you partner with us so that you could actually handle the printing and mailing of these signed absentee ballot applications? And they were an enthusiastic yes. And then we applied to the News Challenge, and given that I'm on this stage right now, it seems like several major foundations we're also an enthusiastic yes. So that's where we are right now. This is the official name of our project. It's Vote by Mail and Smartphones, because technically absentee ballots is called Vote by Mail, technically. And we are building an application that will let you do everything you need directly from your phone. We're fully funded right now to run this project as a pilot in 2 states, and we're seeking additional funding to run it as a pilot in 10 states. Our ultimate goal is to be live in all 50 states by 2020, so any registered voter who wants to vote by absentee ballot can sign up just using their phone. I'm Debra Cleaver. That is my email address. Please email me directly or come talk to me. We really love partnerships, and we're really excited to roll this technology out. And I am now going to gracefully exit that way and talk to you all later.